Jason Kelce officially retires. One of the best, if not the best, offensive lineman in Philadelphia Eagles history. I would say it's between him and Jason Peters. But let me ask you this question. A lot of people are throwing this out there, and it's not really a prisoner of the moment because he's been an all-pro the last 6 years. Is Jason Kelce, is he the best center of all time? You know, a lot of times we get into, okay, it's prisoner of the moment. The guy just retired. We feel bad. And we want to say this because we're going to miss him. But is he the best? I mean, there's some really good centers that have played. You know, I'm partial to Damani Dawson, Pouncey, but both Pounceys, it's wild. It's just weird. It's just weird. So, but is he the best? Jeff Saturday. People are saying Jeff Saturday was better. I can go with that. People love Mike Webster from back in the day from Pittsburgh. So I don't know. It's just, do we think that he's the best? I think he's up there. Look, he was cooking dudes last year. I mean, he was still super athletic 13 years into the league, pulling around after snapping a football. First of all, after snapping a football and being able to pull around either end is not an easy thing to do. It's especially not easy 13 years into the league. So, definitely not. So, I'm not sure how you say that Jeff Saturday had more power when Jason Kelce literally led a quarterback sneak. They ran right behind him, and everybody knew it was coming, and they had 3 and 4 guys directly over him, and they still couldn't stop it. So saying somebody has more power than him is a little foolish, I would say. A little foolish. You can say you like Jeff Saturday better, but when you come on here, you got to come with some facts. And to say Jeff Saturday had more power when we were literally watching a man, not one-handed, but watching him lead a quarterback sneak when nobody could stop it. Don't tell me somebody else had more power than that. Don't tell me that, because that's just not true. That's just not true. So, and that's the thing. Nobody could stop it. Nobody could stop it. So it's crazy. But I like Kelce. I think he's good. Not good. He's great. He was great. A lot of times you can't say that about everybody and say people are great. You can say Jason Kelce was great. And you're not being a prisoner of the moment when you do so, which is key, because a lot of times people are. So he'll go down as one of the greats. Absolutely. Here's a thought. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? Now, him getting into the Hall of Fame that's already said and done. I don't think there's any question on that. Does he go in on the first ballot? You know how writers and all these voters can be finicky. They won't put a center in just because he played center. They'll make him wait. Just like they do receivers. They make him wait. So will they make him wait? So, because here's the thing. We love Kelce, but think about first ballot. We're talking Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders, Lawrence Taylor, players like that, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders. Does Jason Kelce fit that mold of first ballot? Or does he even have to fit that mold to be on first ballot? See, here's my thing. I don't think he does. I don't think he has to. So I don't think he has to fit a mold to be first ballot. Look, we all understand that there's different rooms in the Hall of Fame. We all understand that. Nobody's going to confuse Jason Kelce of being the greatest football player of all time. But you can make a really strong argument that he's the greatest center of all time. You can make that argument. And I think for that, I think you have to be first ballot Hall of Famer. I think you do. Doesn't mean that you're the greatest football player of all time, but if you're in a conversation of being the best center of all time. I think that's got to make you a first ballot. Now, whether the voters vote him in or not, that's a different conversation for a different day because y'all know how that goes. But to say that he shouldn't be, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's levels to the Hall of Fame, and we all know that. There's levels to it, and that's okay. But when you're in the conversation of being the greatest ever at your position, then you have to be first ballot. Here's the thing. Being the greatest, I know somebody's going to say, well, aren't all guys in the Hall of Fame the greatest at the position or in that conversation? No, they are not. No, they are not. Here's a perfect example. Curtis Martin is in the NFL Hall of Fame. Some people don't even know who Curtis Martin is. That's on this live right now. Some of you guys are like, who the hell's B talking about? Curtis Martin is in the Hall of Fame. And he should be in the Hall of Fame. There is no question about that. But will his name ever come up in a conversation of being the greatest running back ever? No. Jerome Bettis is the same way. I love the Butts. Played for the Steelers, so you know I love him. But is his name ever going to come up in a top 5 or top 10 category for best running back of all time? No. And it shouldn't. But is he Hall of Fame worthy? You're damn right he is. Absolutely. So that's the whole point with all of this. Was Jonathan Ogden first ballot? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Ogden, again, is in the conversation. If there were 5, if you just said, okay, the best left tackles ever, I don't think Jonathan Ogden is 4th. I don't even think he's 3rd. I think he's in the top 3 ever. So, Joe Namath, look, man, we know why Joe Namath made the Hall of Fame. If they had to redo that, they would not have Joe Namath be in the Hall of Fame. He didn't have the numbers. He didn't win. If you have more picks than touchdowns and you're in the Hall of Fame, what the hell? Oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, I think Kelce, I think he had a great career. They tried to get rid of him too in Philly, if y'all remember. They tried to get rid of him. You know, he got hurt, came back, had a bad year. I think it was 2015. Yeah, 2015. He had a bad year. They were ready to run him out of town. And the next thing you know, the man turns into an all-pro and his best center in the league from then on out. From then all out. So, but yeah, I like Kelce. I think he's in the Hall of Fame. I think he should be a first ballot. Whether the voters vote him in or not, we'll see. Great career. Great career. Philadelphia icon. He got more popular as he got older. But I think part of that is because I don't know if he got better as a player as he got older, but he didn't get worse. He was consistent, consistently great. And he stayed with one team. A lot of people respect that, you know, but he was able to stay with one team. But let's move on, people. Let's move on. Love Kelce, future Hall of Famer. Hopefully he's a first ballot. Hopefully they let that happen.